George. This is going to be an entry into Joaquim Middle-Life Crisis Rants 1 year in the VC video or contest. His kind of concept is you are banished or seclude yourself from civilization, and you have to you can only take certain things with you. So 5 records, a sci-fi movie, a book, a cassette tape, a VHS, a CD, and a storybook, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. For 5 records, I'm not showing any Elvis Costello albums. I mean, you know, if you've watched my channel, I could have the first 4 Elvis Costello albums and the Taking Liberties compilation. So no Elvis Costello just for this. And I guess my kind of methodology is maybe not, I mean, some of these are my favorite albums, but not like, maybe not my favorite albums, but the ones I go to the most, if that makes sense. So the first one is not, a cool pick. It's gonna lose me what little VC punk street cred I had, but that's Goodbye Liberty Road by Elton John. I love this album. Elton John was my Beatles. He kind of got me deeper into music. He's the first artist where I started getting into the B-sides and live albums and bootlegs. And this album, I love this album. I think this is the best mainstream pop rock album of all time. Double album. I mean, obviously, like half the songs on this were singles. But some great deep cuts, like Love Lies Bleeding. The song has no title, Gray Seal. I've seen that movie too. The Ballad of Danny Bailey. The Ballad of Danny Bailey was the song I was listening to when I got into a car accident. All the Young Girls of Alice. Roy Rogers, Social Disease, Harmony. And even, the singles are great too. I am kind of tired of Candle in the Wind and Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting. But Benny and the Jets and Goodbye Old Brick Road, I can't get tired of those. And even some of the lesser songs on here, like Sweet Painted Lady and Dirty Little Girl, they're not bad. But for being a double album, it sure it's not got very much fat on it. And, 1973, big gatefold. Anyway, I'm not ashamed. I love Elton John. And the next one is, I was hemming and hawing about what album of this band to put on, because I knew I had to have one. And I thought, oh, this is a good idea. The Jam Snap. I would say my favorite Jam album is probably Setting Suns, and then probably under that Sound Effects, and then All Mod Cons. A lot of people put All Mod Cons as their number one. It's a good album, but if I can only listen to one Jam album, it's going to be this one. Away from the Numbers. I love Away from the Numbers. English Rose, Down the Tube Station, Strangetown, Butterfly Collector. Some great non-album singles like When You're Young and Funeral Pyre and Beat Surrender. Start is great. Man in the Corner Shop and probably Man in the Corner Shop and Butterfly Collector are tied as my favorite Jam song. The only weird thing about this is it has the demo version of That's Entertainment. I don't know, that's kind of dumb. But this is I think it originally came out in 83, right when they were breaking up, but this is like a 2018 reissue. So yeah, the Jam Snap. Once again, this is one that I wouldn't... I mean, I love this record, but I wouldn't put it as my favorite albums of all time. But since I've gotten it, I've probably at least played one of the albums off it once a week. And that's The Testers, 76 to 79, complete recordings featuring Sonny Vincent. This is just great, raw, New York City punk. It's almost got a, like a proto Husker Du feel to it. Sonny Vincent kind of has this kind of restrained anger to his voice that's just really great. They only had one single out in their lifetime, Time Is Mine, Back With Together, which this has on it, but I mean, they had this does have some live stuff, but they basically almost had 2 albums worth of material recorded. Let's Get Zooed Out is great. MK Ultra, Rainy Night, Time Is Mine and Together, obviously. Primal Call, Sick on Yesterday, Break It Down, Luster Love. Yeah, this is a awesome album. Mine's a little beat up. I got it used. It's kind of hard to find. It hasn't been reissued in a while. I have it on CD too, but testers. I had to have something by Girl Trouble. And when I listen to Girl Trouble, this is kind of my go-to. New American Shame, 1992 or 3, I want to say. This doesn't have a bad song on it. My Hometown, The Men's Room, Cold Shoulder, Color Me Gone, Sister Mary Motorcycle, Ritual of the Lame, This House of Stone, High Octane Revival. Probably the weakest song on this is Put the Blame on Me, which is a cover. How Can I Be Out When I Ain't Been In? To Tame a Woman, great. Pacific Northwesty, kind of mixing, the Cramps and the Sonics, and all in a big blender. I think this song is the peak of their songwriting. All the songs feel cohesive together as an album, but different enough where you can enjoy. To me, a lot of garage records, all the songs sound the same, and all these songs are in the same sound, but they don't sound the same, if that makes sense. They all kind of have their own thing going on. This is still in the shrink wrap, but yeah. And the CD version has a hidden track on it called Go Go Granny. And the last one I'm going to show, another one that I've been playing all the time since I've got it, and it's just a great, energizing album. Good record to put on when I'm, kind of bummed out to get my mood up, or real kind of tired in the morning and you need something to get you going. The Kids. This is obviously a reissue on Radiation, but yeah, this is an awesome record. So those are the 5 records I take with me. Sci-fi movies. I have to have a tie for my 2 favorite movies, and they're both sci-fi movies, and that's Phantom of the Paradise and the original Planet of the Apes. Phantom of the Paradise, campy, cheesy, 70s rock and roll musical, rock opera, however you want to say. All songs written by Paul Williams. I think Paul Williams is awesome. It's just a fun movie that I can't ever get tired of. And the first Planet of the Apes movie. I love Planet of the Apes. This is some fancy 2 DVD edition that's got a bunch of bonus stuff. And this is kind of cool, actually, because, it's got this, I think this is the Italian poster or something, but this folds out and you can reverse it. So that's how it originally was with that one, but I like this one more. Anyway, I love Phantom of the Paradise. And kind of interesting thing about Phantom of the Paradise is Paul Williams' character is called Swan, and his character runs a label called Death Records, but the label Death Records, in the movie, was supposed to be a subsidiary of his company called Swan Song, which obviously is, that label popped up right around the same time, or was created, not popped up, but was created right around the same time as this movie. So there was a ton of stuff in the movie that said Swan Song Enterprises, and they were threatening to be sued. So if you look at it, you can see they kind of pasted over it in post. And this has edits of those scenes where it says swan song instead of being blurred over. So, I love Phantom of the Paradise. A graphic novel, and I'm not really into graphic novels. I'm not a huge reader, so I'm going to substitute it with a TV show. There's a lot of TV shows I love that I don't have physically. I love the original Star Trek. I love Land of the Lost. I love Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job. The Mighty Boosh. But I'm going to I'm going to show Ultraman from 1966. Great, cheesy, campy tokusatsu series. This has the English dub and the original Japanese version with subtitles. It's just really fun. My favorite episode of this is it's episode 23, and it's called My Home is Earth. And it's about Ultraman has to battle this monster named Jamila. And I'll put a picture up. It's real kind of freaky looking. And the monster, you find out at the end of the episode that the monster was actually an astronaut who was sent to space by the Russians and came in contact with some space mutagen or whatever, and fell back down to Earth and became all mutated and burned, and that's why it looks so weird. And you find out it's really kind of dark. You find out when the monster is like roaring, it's not actually roaring, it's like the human being inside screaming in pain. But I love Ultraman. A book. Like I said, I'm not a big reader, but this is a book that I can it's a coffee table book. I've showed this many times that I could just stare at forever. And that's The Wild World of Barney Bubbles. Something about, the way he approached graphic design. I don't want to get all graphic design pretentious-y, but, it's so playful. He perfectly combined, the pop art style of Andy Warhol with, like, if you look at Soviet commercial graphic design from like the 1920s and 30s that, like for Russian advertising, he somehow merged those seamlessly. And I could just stare at this stuff forever. Look at that. That is amazing. Anyway, I love Barney Bubbles. A VHS tape. I'm probably doing these out of order. And I'm going to go with the Cramps, live at the Napa State Mental Institution, 1978. And this tape also has live in Pittsburgh, 1994. And this is some, third, fourth, fifth generation bootleg that someone put out. But yeah, the Cramps. A cassette tape. I don't have like really any cassette mixes or anything, but I do have this, and this is one of my favorite Devo records, and it's Devo Now It Can Be Told, live at the Palace in 1988. And it kind of, it's a live album, but it kind of encompasses their career. They do an acoustic version of Jocko Homo. They do a song they only ever did at the show, I think, or live in this era, called It Doesn't Matter to Me. You get Going Under, Working in a Coal Mine, Happy Guy, That's Good, Jerking Back and Forth, Girl You Want, Whip It, Baby Doll, Satisfaction, Uncontrollable Urge, Gates of Steel, Gut Feeling, and then a suite of Shout and Disco Dancer. So yeah, Devo. And this one isn't, I just kind of wanted to show this. I've never showed this before, I don't think, and I don't get the excuse to show tapes that often. This is a cassette of the Wipers, Over the Edge. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is, I wouldn't take this, but this is a good album, especially Romeo. Anyway, and the last one is a CD, and this is the first CD that I thought of when he said that, and that is The Damned, Black is the Night, the definitive anthology. This is 2 CDs. It's almost, I think it's like 39 songs. The first disc is like 76 to about 82. And then the second disc is everything onwards. I mean, it has all my favorite, you know what I mean? It has Fan Club and Born to Kill and Anti-Pope and some, you know, the classic songs like Neat, Neat, Neat and some deep cuts. Really nice packaging, how it kind of is made to look like a real old gothic book. But yeah, so anyway. So that was my contest entry. I'm sure everyone watching is familiar with Joaquim's channel, but if you aren't, check him out. So thanks for watching. Bye.